Hey guys, what time is the last cook tonight? If you guys ever want to come to Massachusetts, this is where you guys gotta go.
Good afternoon, more Lobster.
Hey guys, what time is the last cook tonight?
Last cooking is at 5:45.
5:45? Cool, thanks man.
You're welcome.
It's 3:30 and we have about an hour and 40 minutes. How many miles? About a 90-mile ride to go get some of the best lobsters in the North Shore. Let's do it. Let's skedaddle. I got this. I need this. Got my wallet. Got everything else. See you later, work. I gotta make sure I got my car keys. Okie dokie. It's a hot Monday. Just gave this bike a fresh washy too. No one knows I got such a long ride right now. I think we're good. Whatever that is in there. Everything you want me to be. I put on a new microphone. I'm hoping for the millionth time that this is gonna be okay. That you can actually hear me. 5:45 last cook time. They close at 6. It's 90 miles. You just don't know what you're gonna get on a Monday. It could be the easiest ride, no traffic, anything like that, or you could be just stuck bumper to bumper. Okay, got everything. Wallet, phone, we got it. Let's get that all. Bye, work.
Meanwhile,
whoa, was that a ride? I left work at 3:30 and I just got into the town where I needed to be, and it's already 5:15 thereabouts. I do miss COVID era lockdown with no traffic at all. Yeah, we're in the great city of, I think we're still in Gloucester. Gloucester's right next to Rockport. It's one of my favorite New England sea towns. Sea towns? Or like towns by the ocean. Quintessentially New England, where we're about to go for a lobster roll. Traffic was terrible today. It wasn't bad for the first half, but once I got onto the second highway, it was just gridlock for about 20 miles. That, and as soon as I left work, in the opposite lane, there was a overturned truck, which on a Monday, that's a very bad start to your day, man. I could talk about a lot of things, but what I really wanted to talk about was how I felt with riding the Ninja after 2 rounds of racing and 2 full days of practicing on it. As you saw during my Ninja race bike builds playlist that I'll link here, it was such a joy to build the bike. I was so ecstatic to finally throw a leg over it and turn a wheel or two on track. I have no expectations of how the bike was gonna be. Honestly, I've only ridden a Ninja 400 on track for 2 sessions before, and the second session was pretty much a dud because halfway through it started to sprinkle, so now I was on slicks. There's pros and cons with the 400, and I want to start off with the cons. I feel they're substantial. If you're gonna build and ride one of these, you're gonna really have to know them ahead of time. It's very unorthodox, but I'm gonna start off with the cons list. Con number 1, commuter bike. Kawasaki built this as a commuter bike. The build quality and the quality of the components aren't really there. You have to keep in mind that they wanted to cut costs as much as possible to keep the bike as cheap as possible to get the most amount of people to ride them. Understandable. That's just kind of how these things work. They want to reach the most amount of people and for not a lot of money. To be honest, building it as a commuter bike, it works. It's pretty cheap. You can get one out the door brand new for maybe $6,500 depending on where you live. You can buy them used for less than that. I bought mine used with 8,000 miles for $4,300. The pricing reflects the build quality and the quality of the parts. For an example, the shift actuator at the foot and the lever at the hands, they are very sloppy. They don't feel really good. The actuator at the foot, when you shift, there's not really a lot of positive feedback, like a positive feel. The clutch lever is very mushy. It doesn't feel good. It's just soft, and I don't know when the clutch is catching. and when I let it out, you can sometimes ride the clutch. It doesn't really provide a nice feedback loop, especially on the shifting side. On top of that, the clutch stock can do track days probably no problem. You're not launching on track days unless you're launching the actual bike, which I hope none of you guys do. But if you're going road racing like I am, it's best to switch out the clutch, mainly because like if you get a good couple of launches in it, you're probably going to toast the clutch unit altogether. Although it has a slipper clutch from the factory, having an upgraded unit is just only going to benefit you. I threw in a Yoyodyne 5-spring slipper and it is amazing. Oh my goodness, it handles downshifts like a champ. Another con on the build quality is the transmission. The gears like to pop out. They like to do it when you don't want them to. I was riding down the front straight and I was on the limiter in 5th just for a little bit. What had happened was it popped out of gear. It popped out of 5th and went into 4th, and I had thought I grenaded the motor because all of a sudden there was just a whole bunch of engine braking that I wasn't expecting. That being said, there is a fix for that. It's called undercutting the gears, and it is a little bit pricey, but it's supposed to fix that issue. What I want to do is over the winter I will undercut the gears and do that mod to see if that helps the transmission issue, because I'm facing a lot of that right now. And also the forks, I've heard that if you have a crash, no matter how big the spill, you might twist the forks or you might twist the upper and lower triple, so that's something to keep in mind. The ergos on the bike isn't great either. That's another con. Straight from the factory, it's very, like, it's a comfortable riding, because granted it's for commuting, like you got to keep that in mind as well. You're gonna be up and down. The handlebars are higher, the foot pegs are placed lower, so it's not as if you're gonna be in attack mode right from the factory. You're gonna have to do a set of clip-ons and also at the same time do some rear sets to get into a more aggressive position. With the clip-ons though, be prepared if you get race-only clip-ons to modify or cut your bodywork, because that's gonna be needing to happen. Oh, here we are. We're in Rockport, one of my favorite little towns, on a Monday, and I'm glad there's not a lot of people here. That's where we're gonna go right there. Oh, they have order inside now. Alright, so let me park and we'll get back to this in a second. I hope there's a spot up there, and I don't want to be so loud. There is plenty of spots. Let's go around the circle just cause. Woo! It's been a while since I've come here. Oh, my butt. Oh, so nice. So tranquil. Hi. Oh, sorry.
What kind of bike do you ride?
Too many bikes. Which one do you want? The
Too
race?
many bikes?
Which
I
one
was
do you
gonna
want?
say, I don't think it's a mini bike wearing leathers and having an HEV helmet, but
Oh yeah, no. The street bike's an XSR. The race bike's a 400.
gotcha.
Yeah. What do you
Wait,
ride?
what are?
An XSR.
SSR. BMW?
No, that's
That's the SR.
that's the SR.
1000.
Yeah, the XSR is the Yamaha one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha. Cool. That's a serious helmet, so I had to ask.
Oh yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can I get one lobster roll, 2 stuffed clams?
Yeah, do you want the lobster roll hot or cold?
Can I get that cold?
Alright.
Is it possible to get like a side of butter with that?
Yeah, we can do that. So cold lobster roll with 2 stuffed clams and a side of butter.
Yep.
You want anything to drink on that?
No, that's cool.
Alright, cool. $38.52 total.
so many stories of like all these people.
I love it.
That would be so fun. So
Yeah.
That was some fantastic lobster rolls. Ooh. All right, let's get back on the bike. All right, one more one. That's why I love coming here. People probably think I'm a weirdo for lifting up my helmet and doing that. It's time to go home and continue this vlog. So let's go. Oh goodness, I can see again. Let's go, let's get out of here. I do love this little place. Quaint little shops. I like that there's a bar there. Next time I come here with the car, I'll stop by for a drink. Can you only imagine how much it costs to live here? And I've been coming here eating at that Lobster Shack since 2011, mate. 2011 I've been eating there. I remember when those stuffed clams used to cost $1. Yeah, $3 now. They're still worth it, but I remember when they were $1. How crazy is that? Back to what I was saying about the Ninja. And if I can remember, the last thing I touched on was the ergonomics. They're very commuter based. You're upright the whole time. Legs are stretched out. Hands are up high. Gives you that nice comfortable position. That doesn't translate well when you're trying to race because you want to have a very aggressive positioning. So just know that you're going to have to change those out and more or less have to cut your body work. If you're going to go and build a race bike like I did, those things don't really matter. What really matters at that point is making sure you don't cut off more than you need to, which I always do. I'm not a great cutter. I can measure 1,000,000 times and still mess up the cut, so don't take it from me. The first pro of the 400 is how much fun it is to ride that thing. I'm talking hooligan levels of fun. Because it's so underpowered, you really have to wring the thing out to make those lap times on track. That means braking less and carrying way more corner speed. Something I'm not used to at the track that I race at. I'm so used to having 600 brake markers. So I brake a little bit earlier. My first session with the 400, I was coasting into the corners. And my lap times really reflected that. I was going so freaking slow. Slowly but steadily, I learned how to ride that bike a little bit faster and faster with each session. Pin a bunch of your friends on 400s or 300s and you go out and you race. Oh my goodness. Now that's a knee slapper of a good time. Another pro of the 400. Maintenance is easy and cheap. It's so much easier to maintain than my R6. For example, changing tires. It used to take me I don't know, 10-15 minutes to change both front and rear tire and re-safety wire everything. On the 400, I could do it by myself in less than 5 minutes, both sides. It's that easy, it's so quick. And because it's so small, you don't have all that power to spin up the rear tire. The bike ends up being much easier on the rear tire. I've heard of people getting at least a whole season out of one set of tires. I bought 2, so let's see how that goes. From my experience so far, it hasn't degraded the tires whatsoever. My tires look still pretty good, so I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Another pro is the physicality of having to ride that bike. It is not physical whatsoever. Riding my 600 was strenuous. I can do a whole Friday practice and then not want to wake up Saturday morning to go out for warm-ups because my legs are just jello. On the 400, I can do a whole day of practice and be ginger the next morning. I'd wake up with a pep in my step. I'm ready to go for practice. That's so different from what I'm used to. Another pro is how on rails the bike can feel once you have the suspension dialed in. It is night and day, and let me tell you. And the fact that you can pretty much wide open throttle kind of everywhere because you don't have to worry about the rear losing traction and then just high-siding you because it doesn't make that much power to begin with. So all the power that it does make, it's just driving you forward. It's hard to break traction on the rear at speed. So I'm readjusting how I rode before. A lot of the people I talk to, they're just like, send it. You're on a 400, just send it. Well, I don't know if it's confidence inspiring, but I want to hear that. Today is a very beautiful day to be riding. I love this beach. One of my favorite beaches. I've actually never even gone onto the beach. I've always just stood right here and watched it. Look how beautiful, man. This part of the state's amazing. If you guys ever want to come to Massachusetts, this is where you guys gotta go. Look at that house on the hill. Ah, beautiful. Come on, you can't beat this, buddy. Alright, so let me recap my list of pros for the 400. It's fun to ride, it's easy on tires, it's easy on your body, and it's on rails. What else do you need? Alright guys, with that being said, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my ride while I'll let you guys enjoy some practice and race footage. Please be kind to me in the comment section about my launching on the 400. It is terrible. But if you do have any tips on how to launch better, or if you built the 400 yourself, I'd love to check out your bikes. Leave a comment down below. I normally don't like saying leave a comment down below. I would still love to check out your bikes, so let me know. Until then, you know what to do. If you got a bike, go outside and enjoy it. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.